Good afternoon, Flint Hill fourth graders, and I am Dr. Price, and I am going to be bringing you your ELA lesson for this week, and I am recording it on Zoom, so it's going to look a little different than you've been seeing up on the active board, but we're trying a couple things different this week. So Dr. Price is going to share her screen with you. And we're going to look at this week doing settings and events and stories. So we've kind of talked about the main idea and what the story is mostly about the characters, who and what the story is about. Today, we're going to focus more on where this story takes place and what events are happening in the story or details and the order that they occur. And many times when you're trying to learn and comprehend what a story is saying, you need to know the events of the story. You need to know that it's taken place in the fall and it's taken place in the mountains. You need to know what happened first and second or in the middle and at the end. So all of these details, all of these events, they work together in order for you to comprehend a story better. So our learning target this week will be using details to describe the setting and events in a story and how that helps you better understand stories you read. So I'm going to read this and we'll talk about it a little bit. When you read a literary text, you are learning about important things that happen to the characters. You're learning about problems they face and solutions they come to. So problem is, something that's happened. Solution is how are they going to fix it? How are they going to solve it? And then these are the story events, the problems that happen and in the order they happen, the solution, how they come to a conclusion. Those are all events. You also find out about the settings or where and when an event occurs. To get the most from a story, you need to look for details about the story events, including the characters' actions and reactions, as well as their thoughts and feelings. Also look for details that describe how a setting looks and when and where the story takes place. So sometimes it doesn't just straight out tell you where this story is happening, but you can look at the pictures and the things happening in the story to understand or develop a sense of where the story could be taking place. Is it taking place in a school? Is it taking place in the woods? Is it taking place at the circus? So the details and of where a story is taking place, sometimes they're just not handed to you. You have to kind of figure it out and make a prediction. But using the details in that story are always important to help you understand that. So pay attention to details that help you make sense of what's happening in your story. So now I want you to look at the photos below. And I'm going to give you a second to tell me what details you see about the setting. Now, of course, you can't tell me out loud, so I just want you to think about it. But what are some details that you see about the setting, and what details can you tell about each event? So, hopefully, in our first picture, you're thinking, well, this is definitely taking place at the ocean because I can see the beach and I can see the waves. And it's probably taking place in the summertime because the little boy is wearing shorts and the dad has, even though he's a long sleeve shirt on, it's white and it's kind of light. So we can think, that's probably the summertime. And then in the other picture, we're talking about something totally opposite. So we're looking at winter and we're looking at snow on the ground and some friends that seem like they're building a snowman and they're laughing. And we know that it's in the middle of the story because this guy's already on his knees laughing. So they've had to walk to get there. And in this picture, we see the boy and the dad, it would appear, that's what we would guess, playing soccer. So now what you've learned, we're going to think, what have you learned so far just about a story setting and events? I want you to think about the important details you saw in each photo and which details tell when and where an event occurs. And which tells what about what is happening. I got tongue-tied, sorry. So complete this chart and we're going to add details, settings, and events. So when we're looking at the left photo, we're looking at the photo with the dad and the boy. It asks us for details. What do we see? Well, we can say, well, we see ocean. I'll spell it right. We see maybe a dad and son playing soccer. We see sand. I'm just going to put we see sand. And in our setting, well, where do we think this story took place? Well, we said when we look around, that is definitely taking place at the beach. No other place. So we know that this is taking place at a beach, or we can even say a sandy beach. Somewhere in a pretty sandy beach. And it says, what time is it taking place? Well, definitely we can say it's either taking place in the summer or maybe spring, because, well, when we look at that, the guy does have some long sleeve shirt on, so it could be like late spring. And what events are happening? Well, I could say in that picture, I saw waves. Waves were happening. And I saw dad and son playing with a soccer ball. I also may say it looks like they're having fun. They're running down the beach. Because when I look, even though they're playing soccer, they look like they're running and chasing each other down the beach. They're definitely having a great time. I'm going to say a great time together. No detail is less important than the other. So when you're focusing on just the details, you want to know, well, yeah, they're having a great time together. Then you could say, what are we having a great time doing? Ah, they're having a great time playing soccer together. So focusing on even in just a picture, that's not even a story. Guys, that's just a picture. You're looking at a picture and you're putting together words and events and activities that you see happening in just one simple picture. Now, when we focus on the picture on the right, we can see that friends, and we can even say there's 3 friends playing in the snow. What else do I see? Sorry, let's go this way. Oh, well, they're laughing. In the background, I see other folks playing in the snow. So I can say, I see laughter and other people. So it's not just the friends that are playing, but I see other people playing. I see maybe families in the background playing. So maybe we're at a ski resort or a snow resort or somewhere where we can just play, or maybe we're just hanging out on a mountain somewhere. But the whole thing of it is that it's snowing and we're having fun. So our setting definitely is taking place somewhere in a snowy area. It may be a snowy mountain. It may be a snowy hill. Let's see if we can determine. Well, it doesn't really show us whether it's a mountain or a hill, but it does have some tall trees there. So just somewhere in a snowy area. And if it's snowing, we know it must be wintertime for the most part. That's what we could say. And then what is happening? Well, in our events, we have people laughing. Maybe they fell in the snow because it shows them sitting there in the snow on their knees. So maybe they were running around and they fell in the snow. We really don't know what happened, but we can look at our picture and we can just determine that they are having fun in the snow. And if you look really close in the guy with the red sweater and the girl in the back with the gloves, it would appear that they're making snowballs. I see making snowballs. So maybe they're about to throw snowballs at each other. We just don't know. So today we've really focused on learning what you can accomplish even with just a picture. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to find a picture at home. It can be in a book, it can be on your phone. It can even be a photo that your family has in the house. And I want you to create a chart like this. Create a chart that has details. Tell me what's going on in that picture in your opinion. Tell me what season it is. Tell me what place it is. Is it the circus? Is it Six Flags? Is it the zoo? Is it just at your home? Is it at a ball field? Tell me where something's taking place and when. And tell me the events that are happening in this story. So if you're in the snow playing, you can tell me, oh, well, we were building a snowman, we were throwing snowballs. Maybe you're at a lake and you can say, well, I was fishing with my dad, and so it was a beautiful day, and we had this fishing reel, and we threw the line out. Whatever you can do with your picture to tell us what's going on. And then I want you to send that picture in an email with your chart to your teacher so that they can see what you're learning and how you're growing this year. And I will see you for part 2, where we're going to look at a story and still focus on details and settings. Bye for now.